So I like to keep speaking about narcissism on this channel, on my YouTube channel. And I want to mention something I've noticed turns out to be a sign of a dangerous kind of narcissist as far as to to be around is actually dangerous, whether it comes to your things, whether it comes to you physically, you know, this is a dangerous type. This is something that I've noticed corresponds to a dangerous person. I think the reason why is the type of person that does this is really gonna not be all there at all. And that is the type of micro expressions that they give. You see, my ex-wife was once trying to bait me, and I know I've told you guys this before as far as how the narcissist will try and plan the story against you and try and make it try and get it to play out. My ex-wife, she was trying to get me to say the words your feelings don't matter. And I knew what she was trying to get me to say for like a week. And suddenly, like one day she starts yelling at me how she's so angry about how two particles can be quantum locked to the point that they cannot be affected by gravity, which was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So then her words were, I don't feel like they should do that because it's weird. And right when I fell for it, right when I said it, I thought, oh no, she got me. And I said, the way you feel about it doesn't matter. And she started cutting me off, yelling over me while I continued saying what I was saying because when people yell over me to cut me off, I always finish the sentence. I said, because physics will work how they always are going to work despite how we feel about it. While she was yelling over me, and what she was yelling over me was, my feelings do matter, and every human being's feelings matter, and she went into that whole spiel. And I thought, okay, so this is where she wants to go with it, and I decided to go ahead and let her know. I was like, actually, that's not true. I was like, that's not true. And feelings like this, I told her, with things like this, if you actually have an emotional response and a feeling on how you don't like the existence of physics operating, then you need to see a psychologist if you're having a strong emotional response to the fact that things exist. Because only things that should have that should cause an emotional response should cause an emotional response, not things that are completely out of the realm of having any type of psychological um, effect on you. So that's something that you need to look into. And I jumped on it. I mean, that's not important to the story, but I just thought I would share with you that that's what I did because it made me feel good. And it completely threw her off. But when she did this, when I said the way you feel about physics doesn't matter, she did a micro expression, but it wasn't the short micro expression that we're all used to as far as like the grin here and maybe in the eyes. She did a full blown just like that. See how creepy that shit is? That is creepy. Look how creepy. That's creepy. And that's exactly the look that she made. So she went from this very exaggerated, very sad, horrible, how could this happen look about physics operating to when I said that, went from a huh to a just like that. And right when she did that, I thought, here it comes. She's going to start talking about how her feelings matter and blah, blah, blah. And for about 3/4 of a second, maybe a half a second, is when she was giving that look, she went into her very fake, you know, I'm so abused, poor me, I'm going to stand up for myself, type act. So it went from a huh to just boom, boom, boom. And of course, emotions don't work that way. And what I have found is people that attempt to manipulate in such a way when they jump to ridiculous emotions, facial expressions, which again tend to be extremely fake with the type of person I'm talking about. They are dangerous. I have dealt with, I think, 3 or 4 people like that in my life, and all of them have been extremely dangerous to have in your vicinity as far as when it comes to your stuff, like especially your money, access to your money or your stuff online, if they're able to get to it. These are the people where they will do anything. Even the odds of them being caught is like practically 100%. They will still do it easily, and somehow they tend to just get away with it. You looked right at him, dude. It's not like he jumped out in front of you. Um, but be careful for those type of people. And if you meet someone, if you're talking to someone and their expressions are jumping around to these different illogical and exaggerated emotions, you really should look into and think about what they're doing. You got to go, buddy. Sometimes people forget I'm in a big semi truck and I'm not able to back up. But yeah, be careful with those type of people because I've not ran into one that wasn't dangerous. There's one guy and I was thinking maybe he's not dangerous, and he started just taking money from everyone just left and right. It was a really bad situation. So look out for that.